Hey folks, it's Rithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. So some of you, I'm hoping, will have seen the live stream. I haven't seen the live stream yet, because we haven't actually done the live stream yet, but anybody who's watching this video, the live stream has already happened. It's already been and done. See, we're doing that whole time warp thing again. It can mess with your head a little, but I don't want you to get alarmed. Don't get alarmed, it's going to be okay. Frithgar is here, he will guide you through this. So if anything seems a little bit unusual, if you watch the live stream and now everything seems peculiar because it hasn't happened, that's why. It's because the live stream was done after this was recorded. If you haven't watched the live stream, it doesn't really matter, because I'm carrying on from the last episode. So then you can go and watch the live stream after this. The recorded one should be somewhere on the channel. I never know quite where it's going to turn up, although once it's done, I have now made a playlist for live streams, so I'm hoping that they will all just kind of turn up in a special live stream playlist, and you'll be able to watch them from there if you want to. I was thinking of doing like a big contract job, however I have decided against doing that, and I got something else that I'd like to focus on. So what I wanted to do today is I want to finish up doing the beans, and I want to get some money as well. We'll sell the beans, and we'll see if we can get a bit more money. And then there's another thing that I've got now that I want to test. A couple of people said that it was out and it was ready, and I've now gone and found one, and I've got it. I've got an up-to-date version. I've let them... the reason I don't immediately hop onto the mods as soon as they're released is because very often you can get problems with them, and I'm sure you can appreciate it's a bit of a headache for me sometimes if I get a mod that doesn't work properly and crashes my game out and stuff like that, and then I've got to basically revert to older versions. It's a lot of extra work in the background that I try to avoid if I can. So what I generally do is I let the mod, and I'll leave it until the mod's been out for a day or two at least, and it's had an extra version or so released to just patch any major issues, and then get hold of it and we drop it into the game. So I've dropped this mod into the game. I've no idea if it works. I haven't got a clue. I haven't tested it. I haven't done anything with it. All I've done is I've snatched it off of the website and I've brought it in here, and we'll see what it does. What I am going to do is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go back onto this one so that he slows down a little bit. Just pop that one out. We will unload our beans into here, and then we will see what kind of price we can get for beans. There is, at the moment, a fairly good price available for beans up here. Wow. Okay, the restaurant has gone way up with beans. I didn't actually expect that. 3,100. We're taking them to the restaurant, and we're taking them right now. We're not going to wait. We're not going to leave it. We're not going to pause. We're not even going to take a breath. We are going to whiz these off to the restaurant. I'm going to close that one down there like that, and then I'm going to fold up the combine as well. There, like that, and I'm going to whiz the combine back over here, and we're going to put it back onto this pad over here. Not because it actually needs, well, I suppose it could do with a little bit of a hose off, but also because it seems like a good spot to leave it. We can leave the combine sort of here on the edge, and like, because I know that some people do actually leave their combines outside, so we can leave the combine there. We can throw a sheet over it or something, and then that's the storage spot for the combine. It's out of the way, it's not interfering with the rest of the farm. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now, you know, when I unhitch things, I should probably make sure that they are actually selected on the little thing at the top, so that I don't just drop my spike straight onto the ground like that. Anyway, what's done is done, so let me just go and pick up my spike. I think you can pick them up like, yes, you can. One thing I do like about it is very, very forgiving when it comes to picking things up. See? Flips it over for you, and it says, look, we'll just brush over this. I heard, so I recently seen a post. It was actually Farming Giants were announcing their new partnership with Logitech, which I think looks quite cool. And I think there could be some very good things coming from this. But there were a few comments in there about how, you know, Giants is evil and terrible and the usual kind of rubbish. And there was one comment in particular that sort of stuck with me a little bit on that one. And it wasn't so much that Giants were evil and terrible, it was that this game is the worst game they've ever released. It's absolutely awful. It's not realistic at all. They should have had seasons, and they should have had the gearbox mod, and it should have everything else, and it should be super ultra realistic. Okay, I get that some people want lots of realism in it, and it is a simulator, but super realistic, it kind of... the reason I think this game has sold more than 1 million copies in the first 10 days was that it's not super realistic, right? Simulator, yes, people like simulators, but they don't want super realistic, because super realistic is boring. If you go super realistic, it does get dull. And yes, it can be fun, it can be relaxing, it can be a very chill out sort of game. But in order to sort of appeal to the masses, you need to dial it down a little bit. You don't want the super realistic. And yes, I do think that it's a shame that they didn't have the seasons built into the game. They've got the main coder for seasons. The main guy who made seasons actually now works for Giants. And they could have gotten hold of some of the other stuff as well, and they could have built that in. I was also very disappointed that they didn't have the AI vehicle extension built into the game as standard, because that is such a cool thing. It would have been great to see that in the game. I was very disappointed that that wasn't added in. It's not a deal breaker for me, not by any stretch, but I was disappointed that the ability to have the combines going around in circles is not in the base game yet. That seemed to me that, you know, that they have missed a bit there. I really am good. That's going to be my site of eternal shame right there. I'm never actually going to get... It's going to be one of those things I just don't get round to doing. And it's going to stay there. I looked at the Place Anywhere mod. There were some reports of it causing some issues with crashes with sheds and placeables and stuff. So I'm a bit wary about that one. So maybe we'll do something else with that little hump that's left. I'm not quite sure yet. I've got another mod that I want to look at, because there are some other mods that I might be able to use that we may be able to sort of clear that bit up. You know, maybe there's a bit of stump that's left underground or something, and that's what we need to remove. So we'll take a look at those, and, well, when they come out, because there are more mods coming out all the time, right? That Stump Grinder that we used to use in FS17, the one that went on the front of the loaders and that's brilliant, and I'd quite like to... Maybe we could get that one in, and maybe that one will do what we want with the bits of stumps that are left, that sort of thing. And, you know, maybe I do actually just need to get on and try looking at the map in the editor. I will do that, but I don't know when. I just can't promise when it's going to be. So, yeah, it's said that this is the single most disappointing version of the game that we've had yet, and... It's just gone from bad to worse, and it's now too arcadey. And I thought to myself, well, actually, that's a good thing. Being able to turn features on and off in a game is actually $100,000 for one trailer load of beans. Ha ha ha! We need to grow more beans. This is the way forward. We need to grow more beans. We need bigger trailer loads of beans. We need lots of beans. Beans! Beans of the future! That's what we need. Oh, that was brilliant. $100,000. Okay, now we're talking. Now we got a bit more available. We can do a few more bits and pieces. I'm going to need to run it. I shouldn't have put the front weight on. Putting that front weight on was a mistake, because there was something that I wanted to get. So we have to run this one back. I can talk and run. So, yeah, the guy said that it was too arcadey. And... I kind of understand where he's coming from for the more hardcore simulator fans. I know that some people really like the sort of the ultra-realistic stuff. And I can appreciate that. But arcadey suggests that you can turn features on and off. I mean, at the moment we can't really turn stuff on and off, so we don't have the realistic weights on here, but the realistic fill mass type adjustment mod has already been released on Mod Hub. It's on there if you want it. You can add it in. I'm seriously considering having that as part of my super hardcore series, although I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'll take a look, because I quite liked in the Pacific logging one being able to throw the logs around, right? I quite liked being strong. It did make it made a significant difference to how I sort of played it, but I mean, maybe I should. Maybe it's something that we do actually need to add in. Right, so we've got in here, we've got a little bit of corn there, a bit of maize. We've got 0 canola at all, and we've got 0 sunflowers. We've sold all those. We've got 11 out. I'm going to keep the oats. I'm not going to do anything else with them. The horse mod, I meant to get that one. I haven't got it yet. I'm sorry. I haven't done it. I failed you. This here. So we got 18,000 litres. We got 23,000 litres of this. There's 1,000 there. There's 1,200 at the restaurant there for the barley. I'm thinking we should take the barley up. We'll take that as a bit more money so that we've got more stuff. Because we just need a cash injection at the moment. We've maxed out our loan anyway, so the loan is not an option. And we're going to need a little bit of money for a few of the other bits and pieces that we want to do. So if I can just sell some of these crops, we'll get a bit of cash. And yes, I do remember what I said about the front weight. So we'll drop in under here, and I will go back here to barley, 18,000 litres of barley. And we will load up all of this, and we can run this up to the restaurant. We are not going to be getting 100,000 for this. 18,000 at, what did I say? It was 1,200, wasn't it? Nearly 1,300. We get 18,000 there, so we're going to get 80. We're going to get, what, 24,000 for this? I reckon about $24,000 for this, thereabouts. Maybe not quite that much. Bit less, because that would be a third more. And we're not quite on a third more, so we're looking at $23,000. $23,000. Okay, let me swap that one over and lower that down. There we go. And then we can bring that one back out. Right, now we can go whizzing back up to the restaurant again. And from the restaurant, we're going to go to the dealership. And we're going to get the next item on my shopping list. So anchoring up through here. This restaurant really does go through a phenomenal amount of food. I reckon they've got they must have some kind of packing facility here as well, where they're shipping the stuff out. So what did I say? I said about $23,000 roughly for the barley. How much was it? It was $23,300. Not a bad guess. Right. So now we can go over this way, and we want to get something from over here. The only thing that I'm thinking is going against my plan currently is long distances that I'm going to have to travel. And this is a problem. Because I don't want to be, if I'm having to travel a little long distance, I don't want to be doing it with the tractor. I'd rather do it with something that goes a little bit speedier. Let me just pull up there. We'll turn that beacon off, and let's just go straight into the shop. Okay, so we want to go there, and I think it will be under forestry equipment. It is there. The Bruks Big Daddy's all-in-one Bruks Wood Chipper. Now, the person that converted this over, called Slim Jim, said thank you to Dimonix, who's the first person that made it, and to Big Daddy as well. So I don't know if it's just for their coding that he's looked at and read it and understood it, or if it's because they've actually physically helped him out with creating the mod. I'm not really sure. There should be a link in the description down below for this one. If there is not, make sure you give me a poke in the comment section and I will add it in. I am very good at forgetting to add in the mod links, so just make sure you give me a poke and I'll add it in there, and then we can carry on. Thank you very much to all the suggestions for different maps. I've been having a look at a few. I've also got in touch with a couple of map creators to see if they can tweak a logging map to give us what we want. What am I doing? I don't want to just stare at this and talk, do I? That's just ridiculous. We don't want to do that. We got hot pink. We got a hot pink Brukswood Chipper. Okay, that colouring is very weird. There is a lot of kind of weirdness and clipping and stuff coming through on there, but I'm tempted. I'm very, very tempted. You know, it's odd, yeah, because green is my favourite colour. If I have to pick a favourite colour, I always go for green. The textures don't show up all the time. Yeah, green's my favourite colour. I just find it really funny having hot pink agricultural machinery or construction equipment. I seen a hot pink excavator working on the side of the road one day. It looked very cool. And yeah, I don't know why. I just find the idea of hot pink agricultural machinery amusing. This is why I always go for the hot pink. Purely because I find it funny to look at. So I'm going to lease that one there in hot pink. And let's back out of there a minute. And we'll back out again. Right, what I'm going to want, if we're using the Bruks Wood Chipper, you know what that one's all about. Really, we're going to want a road train, aren't we? We're going to capacity 4, 8, and 12. So that's not much of a road train, though. Right, you can join a load of them together, but it's not what I'm after. I could have the Wilson trailer there, 60,000 litres. That's pretty good capacity. I'd prefer to have double that. If I could have 2 of those joined together, that would be pretty good. But they don't have rear hitches on them. So this holding me back. There's 59 for the Cramper. This one here, I think, would fit better with this kind of area, wouldn't it? But see, there's only 60,000 litres in there. That's not a great deal. I'm going to need a mod. That's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need a mod that will allow me to have additional trailers strung together. Wasn't one of these cover? No. I'm sure one of these had an option to make it bigger. It wasn't that one. Was it you? Nope. It wasn't you. Maybe it was you. The Load King. Rim color, design... Nope. None of that. Cramper. Hyperion. It was that one. Standard wheel setup. Configuration standard. And it's got an extension that takes it out to 48,500. So, no, it wasn't quite as much as I thought it was. I thought maybe there was one that had a bigger extension on it, but there isn't. And these, we can make a sort of road train with those. I can do a road train with a series of these. I'd have to have 3 of them together to just about match that one trailer, and then start linking more behind. So we could have like 6 of those in a row. We'd struggle to pull that with our tractor, because our tractor's just not going to have the pulling power on it. So really, I want a modded sort of... previously I had modded Cramper trailers, and they work really well, actually. I had modded ones of these, and it had a rear hitch on the back, and then I just had a dolly and joined them together. And that did actually, it was quite cool. That did work well. And then we go here, and we go into trucks, and we've got a bit of power here, 462, 500, 550 with that bad boy right there. And then you got the Roadrunner here, 620 horsepower with that one. That's a bit of a beast, that is. 620 horsepower. That could be the one that we want, but it only does 49 miles an hour. Seriously, is that all? 49, 49. Why are the lorries so slow? It seems... I don't understand why the lorries are all so slow. Anyway, I'm not worried about them. That's not something that I want to do. We'll just stick with this for now. I'll see if I can find some mods. The lorry... Maybe I'll just go with one of those lorries. Right. We have the Bruks Chipper. Now, this is version 1.3, so it should be all-in-one. It should have everything. So we'll just do pipe out like that. And we've got... So that one is now piped out. Unfold processor. Like that. There. And we've got turn on and lower. And that's it. It doesn't have anything else. It doesn't have any other options that you switch to. It's the trailer or the front. So that's all you've got on it. You unload those and it should load into the trailer. So we'll fold it back up again. I'll fold that one up and I'll fold that one up. And we'll get this back to the yard. It does the same thing with the spout that it always used to, where it sticks it out in front if you have it folded up. Or it sort of trails along behind and it will point at the trailer if there is a trailer there. I don't know if I remove the trailer if it will give me the option for directing the spout where I want it to go. I don't think it does. But we'll test how it actually works on trees and stuff when we get down to the yard. Right, we own all the way out to here, as far as I know. One thing that should be noted about this one is that they've increased the capacity. It used to have a capacity of 50,000 litres on it. It's now got a capacity of 75,000 litres on board the actual Bruks Chipper itself. So it does it like that so that it allows you to chip up any size tree should now fit into its tank. At least that's the theory. Yes, we do. We own all of this out here. So we can go up here and we can test that tree right there. This can be our first test. This tree right here. Let's just see what it's like. So we'll start this one up. We'll lower it down. It did say, at least in version 1.2, that for best results you should chop the tree down. So it's 19,000. It pretty instantly chucks those wood chips out into the rest of it there. Now, I've gone through there. That's done really well. That's removed the stump. That's removed the tree. That's done the whole lot. And it did it really well as well. Like, that was, like, impressive how quickly it went through that. There, it's just gone into that. It's unloaded the tree. And now what are we doing with the stump? There's still a stump there. So I've now got, you go over the stump a little bit further, and that stump is now gone. And it's gone completely. It's actually completely removed it. So we've got one of the big redwood trees here now. These are the ones that have caused numerous people numerous problems. So let's see what this one does. So out the front like that, it cuts it down and it instantly slices it up like that. So 65,000 litres is nearly halfway full for that. So now I will go forwards, and it's on the stump grinder part. And it's worked through that. It's completely ground that stump out, and it's instant, and it's done. That is like poetry in motion. That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to do any more with it now, because I want to save using this for the live stream. I know that you've seen this being used now. Well, the lives, I don't want there to be like too much difference between the live stream and when we get on here. I hope that I'm kind of making sense with this. Right, so unhitched that one. It's got 35,000 litres on board. My big question is, can I do something on here? Can I get up on here and maybe get a bit of tree stump on here? Right, if this is the bit that I want to try and get. Right, if there's something here that I'm not able to get, bring that one round and I'll try and back that up a bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy does it. There we go. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Oh. Oh. It's just changed tone, or is that just because I've gone a bit closer? I'm loving this machine, though. I'm loving this machine. I'm absolutely loving this machine, and I'm loving that for a screenshot. I am loving that for a look at the suspension working on that tractor. That is looking very cool. Hang on, let me move this out of the way. Oh, I won't do that. I won't do that. There. Right. That is actually looking very cool. I don't appear to be actually getting what I want, though. Because what I want is to be able to remove the stump that should be under there. And it doesn't seem to be interested. We'll test again in a minute. There's another test that I'm going to want to do in a second. I'm going to bring that up there. And I'm just looking to see, is it connecting anything with a stump here anywhere? Doesn't seem to be anything on it that is recognizing it right. I'm not getting any feedback for a stump on there. We'll run up this way and we'll have a look up here. We've got that little sort of pointy area there. It seems to be the area where that stump would be if there's going to be a stump. So we'll go in here. I'll just move. Slowly does it. Up through there. And see if that actually adds anything into it. I have the feeling that we're not going to get anything and we're just going to be left with a big lump here. Right. Okay, I've done what I can. I've done what I can there. So I'm just going to leave that for a minute. We've got $150,000. That's pretty good. That's a good start, right? That's definitely a good start. Let me just leave that one there roaring away. There's one thing I just want to test a second. We've got... Hang on. There is another thing I want to do. I want to come over to this side over here. And I want to have a look at the animal pens. I can't put the big cow pasture in, but I can certainly put that one in. We know... Right, the terrain can't be deformed. It's not going to let us put it in there. Terrain cannot be deformed. I'm looking around in here. Right. It ought to be able to place it down in here. This is level ground. Yeah, it's thinking about it. That's colliding with an object. Yeah, that's colliding with that object there. It's not going to like that. Deformation failed. Right, there is... Hang on, what is it? It's Control... Control Q and E. To raise. To lower. It doesn't actually raise and lower at all. Right, I'm not getting any raising or lowering of this placeable, but it's still saying the terrain cannot be deformed. It doesn't need to be deformed, does it? Oh, it does. It's got to push back further, hasn't it? So even though I've sort of got that bit out there, it's not going to like it. And I think I need to remove those trees out of the way. That's what the problem is. It's not quite enough in there. The large chicken coop. Deformation failed. Why are you failing? I don't get why that is actually failing the terrain deformation bit. It doesn't... It shouldn't do. That should fit in there. There's no actual logical reason that should fail. I don't know. Right. I don't want to do any more of that, because first, before I do any more of that, what I want to do is I want to buy this. I'm not able to buy it. I don't have the money, and that is another 200,000 to buy that one. So really, we're kind of out of money. That's 300,000 over there. There's 300,000 over there, and that's out of my price range as well. So everything is too expensive. So what we're looking at is I need to find ways to earn money fast. Now, how can we earn money fast in this game? Probably the fastest way to earn money is to take out a loan. I don't have that option, so we can't even explore that option. The next fastest option is to get the logging trailer and chop down some of these trees up here. Alright, I'm talking about some of these bad boys right here. Yeah, I could chop down that one. Can I? No, I can't. I don't own it. You don't have access to this land. Ha 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 ha! You got all these trees here, but you can't have them. Basically what it's saying to me. I can cut down... There's a couple there. I own all of this. Everything here on this side of the track I own. So we can cut down these trees. We can cut down several of these. So all the way up to the track, we can cut these trees down. I could get a Ponzi Scorpion. Something like that. And I could cut down a load of these trees. Land. Yeah, I can cut down all of these trees here. We can then wood chip up the rest of these over here. Right, there are several trees here that I could get. We get the old scorpion down here. And there's quite a few pine trees that I could cut down. And we could cut down the ones with the wood chips first and get those out of the way. Like these here. And then we've got more wood chip trees up through there. I've got some more over that side. I got another patch of trees down there, which I could do with the scorpion. And that's going to get me a chunk of cash. And I like chunks of cash. Chunks of cash is good. But the thing that concerns me is, why can't I place the chickens in here? That's... I don't understand why I can't place the chickens in here. So if I go with the small chicken coop, I still can't do it. I got that right in the middle in there. There is no actual reason why I can't put that in there. Is there? There's no reason at all. Spin that one round. Right. That's flat, level ground. There's nothing here. There. That's how far out it goes. And it reaches on the edges of the thing. So, because of the tree up, the stump up there, and because of that bit, it's really going to be blocking this whole area. Which is going to kind of mess up my plans. I mean, yeah, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to ignore that bit up there. And buy this and kind of level out a big chunk of the terrain down this side instead. Which wasn't really part of the original plan, but we can still do it. This could still work. So I think we're going to want to focus on earning a bit of money. I've got that one right there. And we'll be using that one. So I'm going to take this one, I think, and what am I going to do with it? I'm going to go and get one more tree. I'll get one more tree, and I'll get it from up here, and then we'll run this to the wood chip sell point, because we don't have a wood chip sell point either, do we? At the moment, we've only got that one, and that doesn't take wood chips. We don't have a placeable, buyable type wood chip sell point thing, which is a bit of a shame. I would like to have had one of those. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I want to do that. Right, we'll lower that one down, and we'll just go through there like that. So we need to... It's got to be out the front of it, and then that instantly turns it into wood chips, and then you go over it like that then, and that does the stump grinding, and that's completely removed that stump. It's gone. The only other thing I suppose we could I'm not going to grind up that big one there, because that is a lot of wood chips. These little ones here, these aren't really worth the bother with the wooden stuff, so I could just take those. And this is going to help me load up my wood chipper. And then I'm going to take that, and we're going to go and sell this load. And what we're going to do with it... Go over a bit further. Oh, that's already sliced it. That's quick. Very efficient, this thing. 56,000 litres. I reckon this one here. 75. I've got 18,000. I think this does more than 20,000 litres. There we go. Finding the sweet spot is sometimes not the easiest. Yeah, that's completely filled it up. I didn't actually mean to do that. It's fine. There we go. And that has completely removed it. Right. So I've wasted a little bit of the wood chips on here. This used to happen with the last one anyway. It's, you know, if you overload it, then the excess wood chips, they just kind of vanish into nothing and you never get to use them. But we've got 75,000 litres of wood chips on board, plus we've got a trailer load of wood chips over there, which is 31,000. So that's going to give us a nice 106,000 litres of wood chips that we can take and we can sell up at the sawmill. And this is the bit that I'm not that keen on, is the fact that... Wait a minute, that's not... Of course! It's done the same again with this one. It doesn't quite load up the trailer completely. And it used to do that previously with the last version. We'll do this. So I know that I'm saying we'll carry on with the live stream when actually the live stream is going up before you see this. So yeah, I'm confusing the issue a bit. But I think this is kind of something that we're going to be doing a bit when it comes up to the live stream weekend, every third weekend, is that the Monday's episode will be the prep work for some of the live stream. So it's a little bit confusing for you, but I'm hoping that it's not going to be too bad. So I'm going to run this one. We're going to the sawmill. We'll sell everything that we've got at the sawmill. And I then want to lease a Scorpion or the other one, the big beastie. I prefer the Scorpion, actually. I've used the other one in the time lapse, and I actually do prefer the Scorpion because it's a little bit more versatile. It's got a longer reach on it, and that just makes it a little bit better for me. I find it easier to use with the longer reach. So that's the one that I'm going to go for. We're going to also, if I can, in time for the live stream, have a road train. I'm going to go this way. I'm just going to go through there. I'm going to have a road train of some kind. I've probably just like 2 trailers hooked together, so that we can load up with a couple of trees with this one, and then we come out of we're working in the trees, we go to the lorry and go alongside it and offload the wood chips straight into the lorry. So we're not taking this trailer along, or truck, whatever you want to call it, and then that one can do the long run up the road. And I think that's going to work really well. You'll be able to tell me, before you even start watching this, you'll be able to tell me whether or not it worked well, and because you'll have already seen the live... Well, some of you will have already seen the live stream. I keep saying that you will have. Not all of you will have watched it, and not all of you will watch it. By tomorrow's episode, you'll be able to see everything we've done on the map with the live stream and with this. So, yeah, it could be interesting. We'll bring that in there. Now, does it auto-unload into the sell point? No, it doesn't. It's not something it's ever done. I've never seen it do that. But what you can get it to do sometimes, with this one in particular, is I start unloading the wood chips. It's not going to do it with this one. I have had it happen with some trailers. Or it might do it. It might wait until it's finished tipping. And then it starts, like, unloading from the wood chipper into the trailer. Right, we got 8,800 for that load. We got another 75,000 litres here. But it's not going to do it at the moment. As soon as it goes there, though... Right, so it's instant load. That's what it's doing with this one. It doesn't spend time unloading into the trailer. It's just an instant offload into the trailer, and it's done. There's no sort of slowdown in between. What are our wood chip prices? Let's go and have a look at that a second. We've got 297 per 1,000 litres. We've only got one wood chip sell point. There are no other wood chip sell points. So we don't really have a lot of choices on that. We've got another lot right there that we can sell now. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to look at. We've got contracts right here. 60,000. That's for doing some sugar beet there. We've got to take them to the ranch. So we're up to $176,000. We've nearly got enough now to buy another field. There's another 8,890. We've actually got quite a bit. Field 5. Sugar beet on field 5. Where's field 5? That's going to be all the way up. That one there. That's a big job to do. Right, and then we've got the last 15,000 litres of wood chips there. So, no, I'm not going to do a job like that. Cultivating, that's too small. We've got lots of fertilising jobs. We've got lots of harvesting jobs as well. I suppose we could put a harvesting job going. I don't really want to do it. I don't really want to have a job going on in the background that's just going to take up time that could be better spent focusing on other things. So we've got that now. So then I go to land like this. This one up here is $1.2 million to buy that. That's obscene. That one there's 350,000. That one that goes all the way up round there, around the ranch, 370. This one might actually be worth getting. But I don't think so at the moment, because we got plenty of trees here up behind the field that we can work with. So we want that one, and we want that one there. That's 202,000 for that one. And then this one here, there's got a load of trees all over it. Mostly, though, those trees are going to be wood chip trees. Excuse me. That's wood chip trees there. That's 152,000, so we'd need to unload more money. So we'll leave that. I'll have a look at that maybe in the live stream. If we start driving back, what is the fastest way to drive back from where we are? Is there a faster way? I could go up there, straight down that road, and then up there and down that one. That might be marginally faster to go that way. Let's have a look. We'll see what it's like. We'll just go up round that way, and we'll deal with... yeah, we wanted a Ponzi Scorpion. That's going to be the other thing. And then, so we've got this. This one will be really good for removing all of the wood chips. We're going to need a bulk transporter for moving the wood chips from wherever we're working to the sawmill over here. Either that, or I want a placeable sell point for wood chips that I can put down near the farm. That is another option. A placeable sell point for wood chips. I don't know if such a thing exists. I'm pretty sure I've seen a placeable sell point for... There was a placeable sell point for milk, but I don't know if... I'm sure I've seen one for wood chips. I'm going to have a look at that, and I'll see if I can find a placeable thing for wood chips. I'm going to see how that works out. That might actually work well. That could be quite a cool thing to have. We'll see about that. But if I can't get a placeable thing for wood chips that we can put down near or at the farm, then we definitely need a road train of some kind so that we can move bulk wood chips fast over to the sawmill and we can sell them over there. I'd prefer to have... You know, it could be either. It could be either one of those could work. And then we're a lot closer to being able to set up and start construction work on our mega chicken farm. And this is what I'm working for on here. This is going to be like our big overall project, I think, is the big chicken farm here. We are going to go for cows. We are going to try and put cows in here somewhere. I'm just not quite sure where we're going to squeeze them in just yet. I'm sort of thinking that what we can do when we come up to the live stream weekends, I know that the Christmas one was a bit weird because I had extra episodes that was kind of overlapping it all. But I can do the live, you know, the live stream's obviously on a Saturday evening after you've already seen a video. So you've seen most of the stuff that is going to be done on the map. You've seen everything is done on the map up until Saturday, until the live stream. So then I've got Monday's episode, which I record prior to the live stream. So this is basically going to be our setup episode, ready for the live stream. So it's not... I'm going to try not to do too much like major stuff. So you haven't got major stuff that has happened in the live stream, but we are going to have some things that have been set up and changed and ready, and that's going to be the Monday after the live stream, kind of like the official live stream setup video, that kind of thing. So that I don't have to keep apologizing for it all going out of sync and, you know, it's strange timelines and weird things like that. And I realize that I probably don't really actually need to apologize for this. But yeah, so I think that could work well. So this one here, I liked this one. Okay, I thought this one was very cool. In particular, I liked. Hang on, it wasn't those. It was these. I had these Kovacs. And this was really cool. It worked really well. And I liked this, the Komatsu. I did enjoy using it. However, the extension on the boom was rather limited. Right? I did not get much extension. I did not think that we got much extension on that boom. It felt like it was a little bit limited on there. It's a 250 horsepower machine. This one here is a 280 horsepower machine. And the extension on there, it says 9 meters on there again. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. That's 9 meters, a minimum of 90 meters, a minimum of 90 meters away from any pedestrians. And that's safety measures. I don't know what the reach is on this thing. You got the tracks on it. And I love these tracks. You got the Evo Baltic there. You got the EX there. You got the Kovacs, which is the wide, flat ones. These would be the least amount of ground pressure. And I just think they look really cool. Being in blue as well. I don't know why. It's very eye-catching, that is. I really like it. So that's the ones that we're going to use. It's $23,000 to have that. So we're going to lease this one. There we go. Take that one like that. I'll come out of there. And there is our brand new Ponzi Scorpion. Right there. The Scorpion King. Here it is in all its glory. That thing looks fantastic. It really does. So let me... let's just have a look a minute. So this is... I'm using the same joystick controls as the other one. And that's full extension. That is quite a bit more than what the Komatsu can offer. The Komatsu only seems to go to about there. Maybe even a bit less than that. All right, it seemed to be quite a limited extension on it. This one seems to go out further. So we've got a beautiful big long extension on that one. You've got the side-to-side swivel as standard. I'm using the easy controls And the easy controls, what they do is you set like the set point on the joystick, right? I've got joystick there, side to side, and then I've got joystick which actually just does forwards and backwards. But because it's easy controls, I press forward and it just moves the whole thing forward. And that's all, right? And it just keeps going forward. It keeps the actual machine vertical, but then I've got on the D-pad on my steering wheel, that is the up and down bit for the other control. And it does do up and down. It tries to keep that one vertical as well. And it's just straight up and down. And once you get used to it, admittedly it did take me a little while to get used to it. I'm not going to deny that it wasn't, you know, it doesn't like go completely naturally to me to use it like that, because I'm used to using an excavator and like using them normally. So it wasn't 100% natural to me. But once I've gotten used to it, it's actually a really good way of doing it. And I have found it to be quite good. Although I did find myself, when I was using the Komatsu and the time-lapse, I did find myself doing most of it with mouse controls rather than using the joystick and the D-pad. Just because it ended up being a little bit easier for me to control while I was trying to use it. So we'll see how this works out in the live stream. I've got no idea. But all I need to do now is get this one back to the yard, and we're set and ready to roll. We've got a load of trees we can cut down. We've got the auto load log trailer back there anyway, so we can use that one. Somebody said to me that, because I thought that you could change the length of this one up to like 12 meters, but it turns out the video I seen, unfortunately was a modded one, and it wasn't this one. So 8 meters is the length, and it's the limit. I would like to have had the slightly longer ones. I thought that maybe doing 10-meter logs would have been better, and now that I think about it, it probably would have been better, so I'd probably be better off if I was to wait and go and get that one instead of using this one and driving it all the way back. But what's done is done, so we'll stick with the 8-meter one, and we'll use the modded one another time. I'll have to go, it's one less thing for me to have to go and find, that's all. I'm just being lazy. So the plan is to buy, we'll sell trees and wood chips until such time as we have been able to buy a chunk of land along here. Straighten that up a minute. Right, you go straight along there. Yeah, we'll buy that piece next. I can already buy that now. And then we'll also buy that one. And then we're going to want to do a load of terraforming. So we're going to need to earn a massive pile of money. I want to get as much money as I can. So I'm going to be looking for a sell point. I think the sell point would be the priority one. If we can get the sell point, that would be great. But if we can't get the sell point, then I will, second on my list is to go hunting for a place, a road train that we can use, and then we can ferry the wood chips over to the sawmill as quickly as possible, and we can get those wood chips sold. Ideally, by the end of the live stream, I would like to have a couple of chicken farms set up over here. I'd like to have a massive amount of landscaping done. That massive amount... Oops, my bad. That massive amount of landscaping is probably going to set us back another $500,000. So we're going to have to account for that as well. But we got loads of trees up over there. We'll start with these up here. This is going to be a nice easy lot for us to be able to work on. So we can start with these up here, and then we can move out from that point. It might be worth me cultivating up that straw. I can't place anything on the straw, and that is something I do find frustrating, so we may get rid of the straw. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to leave that one there a second and start you up. You hitched on? Yeah, you're hitched on. Right. Get that one over there. We have run out of time for today's episode, though, so if you have enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. We just hitched that one on. I will let you see what I'm going to do here. Well, you already know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to let you see it anyway. We're just going to cultivate in this bit, and I think the bit on the ground over there actually needs to be cultivated in as well, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to just leave that bit, and we'll find out. So cultivate in the straw. That's gone. So that's... We're not going to have anything sort of asking us for that now. And then down here, I got the impression that there was something that was down here that was stopping us from being able to put a placeable down. And it might be that texture on the ground. So we'll wait and see on that. I'm not going to cultivate that in yet. I'm just going to leave that there. And we can test that in the live stream. Anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.